Are you sure about this?
I am.
There are no second chances, Miss Burnwood. Not here.
I choose him.
May I inquire why? A blank slate? Antisocial? Apathetic and unresponsive? No doubt the boy shows promise, but...
Perhaps I see possibility where others see limitation. Isn't that what a handler does, sir?
What's the target, Diana? Oh, we're covering Hitman 2016 today. This is going to be an interesting target. Give me a few days of surveillance to cover the patterns and really dig into the best way to tackle the subject. Hello everyone, it's Cor, and we're back covering Hitman 2016. The reboot the series deserved after the abysmal showing that was Absolution. Now let's start tracking this target. Technically a sequel to Absolution, but it mostly ignores the events of that game, instead focusing more on 47's past and his and Diana's relationship, as well as some of the other experiments of Dr. Ortmeyer, while also uncovering a secret organization that's bent on maintaining its grasp on the world. The game is episodic, akin to a Telltale game, though here you get an actual game rather than a railroad with useless choices. I actually think the episodic style wasn't a bad decision, especially at the time. It forced you to take time to really dive into each level, learn how they played, and uncover all the challenges and secrets that each map has. Each episode is flush with information you can uncover that further expands the lore and the story of the game, and lets you piece together more than just what the few cutscenes tell you. Each mission is just a piece of an overall much larger puzzle. The gameplay takes a lot more cues and inspiration from Blood Money than Absolution, though it does bring that useful environmental view which helps you acquire targets, enforcers, guards, and other things of note within the environment. What I mean by taking inspiration from Blood Money is the game is really freeform. The game will let you use a large variety of tools, some you bring in, some you find in the world, and just approach any situation in a way you deem fit. I really honestly love how versatile and open it is. I also love how the game encourages you to replay a mission and tackle it in many different ways using its challenge system. Finish challenges for each mission and you unlock mission mastery and mastery as an agent. Filling both of these allows you to bring in more tools, unlock different ways to start the mission, make certain opportunities more viable. It's a great system that really makes it fun to keep tackling and killing these targets in unique ways. Take for example, you could panic Caruso in Sapienza, make him flee to his private plane. As he takes off from the water cave, you can use an old cannon in a ruin to blow him out of the sky. And it's honestly hilarious and just one of the many different ways to kill him. You could pretend to be a therapist and smother him at a meeting. You could be a flower delivery man to get in, sneak behind him when he goes to pay his respects, and then knock him unconscious and put him in a wood chipper, and no one would ever know. And this is only a small percentage of ways that you could pull off kills on just one guy. With 6 base missions, 2 tutorial missions, and some DLC missions as well, there's a ton of content here for those willing to dive in and explore. And this is only concerning the targets themselves. Each mission also has other objectives that come up, as well as a variety of guard types, clearances, and more. Each disguise outside of unique ones like say Helmut Krugers have obstacle enemies known as enforcers. These are guys who typically know each member of their crew, and if they get a good long look at you will become suspicious of you, which can compromise your cover. If they do so, they'll either alert the guards, or if they are guards themselves will attempt to bring you down. If you are not disguised and simply trespassing, oftentimes they'll just escort you back out unless you escalate the violence yourself. itself. It's also entirely possible to go on a massive rampage and kill everyone. I've done that as well, and while you do get an awful score, it is a lot of fun playing cat and mouse trying to pick off every enemy in the game, as well as all the civilians, and the game controls smoothly and works nicely. Overall, it's been a pleasant experience. I know some people may take issue with AI predictability, but for a game all about learning things and planning things out, it'd be quite irritating for a guard to just randomly deviate its routes entirely. Hell, as a security guard myself, oftentimes it's easy for me to fall into a routine and keep doing it. And yes, I do worry about someone like 47 just sneaking up behind me, beating me over the head with a fish, and locking me in a cooler while taking my outfit. The game is pretty nice looking, the sound design is excellent, the music is interesting, and it runs smoothly. There's hundreds upon hundreds of NPCs in some maps, and it runs without any hiccups, at least from my experience. Now, there are always going to be outliers for some people. I also really enjoy how over the top they went with some of the kill animations. Like with a katana, you might run it through someone's mouth. You could beat people severely with blunt objects, drown people violently in the toilet, fling people off of railings. Hell, there's a challenge in Paris to push one target off the top floor and crush target 2 with their falling body, killing both targets what appears to be a tragic accident. It's things like this which makes the game's overall presentation and feel just great. The soundtrack is fairly strong and atmospheric, and the voice acting is also a pretty solid point. Diana and Agent 47 are as great as they've ever been, and they have a really nice dynamic, and it's really pleasant to see them keep coming back to the series even after all of these years. Overall, there's nothing in this segment for me to be displeased with. Well, Diana, the target's been dealt with. Now we move on to the next. Overall, I enjoyed Hitman 2016 a lot. It's been a fun and wild ride. From me just going on murder rampages when my cover gets blown, to stealthily eliminating both targets cleanly and hiding their bodies in little cupboards that they won't be found till I am long gone. There is such a variety of ways to enjoy the game. If you like Hitman Blood Money and games similar to it, then yeah, definitely check out this game. It's the true sequel, and not whatever Absolution was going for. Seriously, that game missed the whole point of the older games. Missing that open sandbox environment where you're forced to learn routines, enemy placements, item locations, and more. Not a damn stealth shooter. This concludes my thoughts, however, for Hitman 2016. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Please be sure to support the content, and I'll see you in the next video.